Hello everyone. Since my last video earlier in the week, I posted a video plea for better health. And afterwards I thought, man, maybe I should have done a, little more impassioned kind of a speech toward encouraging everyone to, pick up the pace when it comes to their own health care. And then the next thing that came to my mind was, what's really in your heart? And I thought about that a little bit, and my heart really says that I want America to be healthy, right? But the real question is, what's in your heart? What is it that you want? So I wanted today to come and give a bit of a reality check. The truth is, America's a great nation. We're a strong nation. We spend more money on healthcare, though, than any other industrialized nation, any other developed nation. We are at the top of the money spending. And the amount of money we spent, when I looked this up, it was shocking to me that we actually spend more than $3.6 trillion every year on healthcare. This is the all-encompassing number. It encompasses your healthcare as far as doctor visits, hospital stays, prescriptions, nursing homes, everything, equipment, all that stuff, So it's a big, big number, and it encompasses a lot of stuff. But that's a staggering number. So I've been looking up statistics, basically. I'll show you my notebook full of scribbles here since then. And I wanted you really to see what's going on in this country. Are we really living up to that standard? Why are we spending that much money? And then here are the results that we're getting. In the United States, between 71 and 75% of the population is currently overweight. Just here in this country, between 35 and 42% of the people fall into the obese category. And if you want to find where you sit in that category, you need to go, just go online and find a BMI, a body mass index calculator. It's going to show you where you land. Now, this isn't a perfect number by any means, because it's an average. So it'll give you an average number that indicates kind of where you sit in the weight versus fat kind of a category. It takes your weight and your height, and it'll give you a number. Now, some people, if you're like an athlete that has a high proportion of muscle in your body, you won't fall into a healthy category on here. But don't kid yourself. If you're an elite athlete and your muscle mass is high enough to actually put you into the, some people might even fall, if you're a professional bodybuilder, they might fall into the obese or even morbidly obese category because their muscle mass is so high, and then they weigh a lot, right? So don't kid yourself. Go find your BMI. Be honest. Find where you're at. In this country, as of 2014, so this is back a little bit, could have changed since then, of course, but unfortunately, the direction that it's going, it probably would have gone up, not down. As of 2014, the CDC said that 40% of Americans will develop type 2 diabetes. 40% will develop type 2 diabetes. So that means since 2014, 40% of Americans have most likely developed type 2 diabetes. High blood pressure. Nearly 30% of America has high blood pressure. Now, heart disease is kind of an all-encompassing more of a category. It's not just one specific disease. However, 47% of us have at least one risk factor for heart disease. Those risk factors include obesity, physical inactivity, high blood pressure, if you're a smoker, high cholesterol, or diabetes. I just mentioned some of those diseases already. As of and this is another huge number. 610,000 people die every year from heart disease. This is one of the leading causes of death. Cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, 1,762,450 new cases in 2019. that has a number attached to it of 606,880 deaths. Those two things combined, heart disease and cancer, account for more than 1.2 million deaths every year in this country. One more thing I want to look at. Autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune diseases seem to be on the rise. There is a huge category of diseases that are considered autoimmune diseases. But just to give you an idea, these include things like celiac disease, lupus, Hashimoto's disease, thyroid, other thyroid diseases besides Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, and multiple sclerosis. Fibromyalgia would also be in this category. If I had to guess, probably everyone listening to me right now probably knows somebody with an autoimmune disease. These are huge, huge numbers, and as many as 23.5 million people, according to the National Institute of Health, have an autoimmune disease. This is a lot of Americans. If we look at all these things, right off the bat, 75% of us were overweight. Now let's see how many other categories we may fall into. America needs to be honest with itself. We are spending more money than anybody else, and these are the results we're getting. We are sick before a virus ever hit this country. If we want to do something about this, we're going to have to change our lifestyle. Now I'm going to ask that question again. What is your heart's desire? What is in your heart for yourself, for your family? What do you want to see for your future, for your kids' future? It's up to you now to decide if you want to make some lifestyle changes. Every single one of these things that I just talked about can be directly affected, if not cured, maybe I can't say cured, managed by what you eat and getting some activity into your life. Now these are two things that sound really simple, but I know that they can be tough. It can be hard to get some exercise. It can be hard to eat right. But I'm going to encourage you, especially if you already fall into any of these categories, get some help. Start talking to your doctor. Find a functional medicine doctor if you can. Functional medicine doctors will help you get to the root of what's going on. They may still prescribe prescriptions if you need them. However, they're going to try and get to the root to keep you off of prescription drugs. You can work with a registered dietitian. There are health coaches. There are lots and lots of programs online. The only thing I would tell you about online programs is do your research, check out some reviews, make sure it's a good, sustainable kind of a program. I've been working on my health over many, many years, probably decades already, but I've really been intensely focused for the last 2 years. And I find that if I would have given up in the first year, I definitely would not have made the progress that I've made in the second year. So don't think that just because you've been working at something for a long time and you're not quite where you want to be yet, that you should stop. You need to keep doing this because this is for the rest of your life. Now, if you decide that it's not in your heart to make these changes, that's your choice. But realize that there are consequences to everything that we put on our fork and the decisions we make about the activities in our life, about where we spend time, how we spend time, how much sleep we get. These things have consequences. So I'm going to leave you with this right now for you to really think this over. Because if we want to get better in this country, and this gives the potential, we have the potential to save hundreds of thousands of lives if we would get just these few things under control in this country. So I know right now a lot of you have that extra time. That's why I'm making these pleas for health, because viruses mutate. We're home right now because of a new virus, right? So, this can happen again, and next time you want to be prepared. You want to be ready. You don't want to be fearful. You want your health in order. You want these conditions taken care of, or any other health condition that you may have. And you know then that your immune system is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and you're giving yourself and your family the best chance possible to beat anything that might come at you. Thank you for listening. I hope you make some good choices today. Thank you.